The FBI behavioral analysis team in Quantico, Virginia, is also helping in the Nashville bombing investigation, trying to figure out the suspect's motive. Joining us now, Danny Coulson, former FBI Deputy Assistant Director and former commander of the FBI's hostage rescue team. When I heard about this bombing, Danny, I was reminded immediately of the Oklahoma City bombing, and it's my understanding that you were one of the commanders on the scene there. Are there similarities?
Yes, sir, I was. Yes, the case was solved basically by components of the vehicle. That's how they got to this guy. That's where we got to McVeigh with tracing the VIN number from the truck that he used. Same thing happened here. The vehicle often becomes the key to the investigation. It happened exactly the same way in this case.
But Timothy McVeigh obviously set out to kill as many people as possible, didn't even care that there was a daycare center in the Murrah building. This guy apparently took pains to try to not kill people. He played that weird recording telling people to clear out of the area, that there'd be an explosion in 15 minutes, and the timer went on down. Ever heard of something like this, Danny?
No, I have not. And when I first heard about it, actually on Fox, I thought, why this time of the day? I was just in that neighborhood about 2 weeks ago with my wife. We were down there having dinner in that same location or area. And I'm thinking at Christmas Day, this time of the day, they weren't trying to kill people, or he wasn't. He was trying to make a statement. I don't know what that statement is yet, but he didn't want to kill anybody. He put the recording out and self-detonated it. So, no, it wasn't a high fatality type of operation like McVeigh. McVeigh was trying to kill as many as he could. This man was not. And so it's going to be interesting to see what we get from the investigation from the FBI and the analysis done by the Behavioral Science Unit at Quantico.
Yeah, we mentioned that the Behavioral Science Unit is taking a look at this. Authorities are also asking anybody who knew this guy or knew of his actions come forward with any information they might have as to motive. Listen.
We are interviewing individuals that we've identified that are known to the suspect. We are also asking the public to, if they know him, have spoken to him, or know his ideology or anything that might have motivated him.
How important is it, Danny, to figure out what the motive is? And that seems like a silly question, but he's gone. He's gone. You know that apparently there's no other threat to the city. Why is motive important?
Well, what was his philosophy? A lot of that's going to come from his computer. What was his history of searches? Did he leave a manifesto? Did he leave notes? But also we want to know, was he in chat rooms? Was he talking to other people? So knowing his motive can give us some clue as about somebody else that might want to be a copycat here. This is really important to know. And the FBI will work just as hard on this aspect of it as they did on trying to find who did it. So it's very important we know this, and it could actually be very, very valuable in the future.
Yeah, and federal authorities and police are saying that they, would like the public's help in knowing whether anybody else might have been involved. Here's that.
TBI confirmed a match of the DNA at both locations belonging to the person of interest in this case.
There is no indication presently that anyone else was involved in this crime.
No indication anyone else was involved. That is welcome news to the residents of Nashville and really the whole country, because when you heard about a bombing on Christmas morning, immediately, some kind of, massive terror attack
conspiracy
seemed possible. And now this seems to have been a very small, isolated event that rocked an entire city. The fact that there's only one guy involved and he took his own life in the process, I suppose that is of great relief to authorities.
Well, exactly. When we arrested Tim McVeigh, we didn't know what we had. We didn't know we had a conspiracy, there were going to be more bombings or whatever. So at least they have the knowledge here that probably know what else is involved. But there may be some people out there from a bar he visited or some club he went to that he talks about this thing. Yeah. They may not have figured out that he was going to do it, but they may give us some inkling into what his motive may have been or what his philosophy is. Why do you do this? You don't just get up in the morning and decide to blow up a bomb in downtown Nashville. There's some precursor type of situations that are in his head, and that's important to know.
Right, and we know that he was some kind of an IT expert. He worked in the IT field or the technology field, but There are a lot of technology people who don't know how to build bombs. Where does he get that information?
Off the internet. Oh my gosh, that's where it all comes from. He's good at technology. You and I could go on the internet tonight, and we could build a bomb tomorrow. It's there. It's in great detail, and unfortunately, we don't censor that. And that's where these people not only get their ideas, but get the ability to build them based on what they get off the internet. It's all over the place.
Scary stuff. Danny Coulson, former FBI director, deputy assistant director, who, as I said, was one of the commanders at the Oklahoma City bombing. Danny, thank you.
Thank you. I enjoyed it. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.